Welcome again to my channel. Today in our kitchen we are making Besan Aloo Paratha. For those of you who don't know what in the world is Besan, it is basically the chickpea flour and it is under our gluten-free diet. And this recipe is again gluten-free, casein-free, soy-free, vegan and nut-free. And the parathas will come really nice, just like how you make your wheat parathas. And if you really crave for those wheat cravings with gluten and you're just coming off of a diet, this would be a great perfect addition, and it is very good for diabetics as well. And let's get started. Before that, let me show you all the wonderful ingredients which are easy, healthy and simple. Okay, over here I have the lemon juice. The reason to use lemon juice is because since our recipes are casein free and we can use yogurt, which is animal fat and which is also loaded with casein, so we are going to use lemon juice. It's freshly squeezed lemon juice. And over here I have the chopped green chili. This is red chili powder. And over here I have the sunflower oil. And this is dry methi leaves. If you have fresh methi, please go ahead and use it in this recipe, but I don't have it, so I'm using the dry methi leaves. And this is the minced coriander leaves or the cilantro leaves, and I have Celtic salt in this bowl. And over here is the Besan chickpea flour and boiled and mashed potatoes. This is just half of the russet potatoes, but if you are going to use the Indian kind, you can use one whole potatoes. And over here is our carom seeds and curry masala. You can also use garam masala, but this is a homemade curry masala that I would like to add it to this flavor. This is actually ground black pepper. We also hand pound the black pepper, but today I didn't have it, so I'm using the store-bought black pepper. But fortunately, it only has black pepper, no other added ingredients, which is safe. And I'm just going to start my process. First thing is you have to add the mashed potatoes. You always wanted to start with the potatoes because it's easy to blend that way. And I'm going to add my other ingredients. You may want to watch out on the chilies. If your children are eating and you don't want it to be too spicy, you can always lessen the amount. Or you can just skip one of the chilies. I'm going to add salt. And all the measurements are in the description box, so do not worry about that. We're just going to focus on the process right now. The lemon juice. Now I'm just going to start blending it in. Okay, now I'm going to add my black pepper. Black pepper is kind of an option. It gives you a good flavor and aroma to our Besan paratha. You can always leave it out if you don't like the black pepper idea. And now make sure it's very well mashed and combined, so that way it doesn't stick to your dough. If not, it will be hard to work with as well. So okay, and now I'm going to add my Besan slowly, because we don't add any water to this recipe. Just want to make it very slow. I'm going to add oil. If you don't like the taste of the olive oil, you can always add sunflower oil, or sometimes we also add sesame oil. That adds a beautiful aroma to it. Alright, here we go. Our dough is ready. It has to be like this consistency, and we are just going to let it sit for like 15 to 20 minutes. And I'm going to put a saline wrap on top, and I'll be back. Alright, it's been 15 minutes, so I have closed it with a saline wrap, so that way it's really absorbing the moisture over here like any other parathas. And I always show this because you need to know how much of moisture it has absorbed. So it's pretty large amount over here, and then I have my dough here, and I'm just going to divide them into small balls. Over here. Then I'm going to grease my parchment paper. You can also add some besan flour if you don't want to add too much oil. Because it's besan, we may want to go a little slow. We don't want to rush it. Check. Yeah, perfect. I'm just making small besan parathas here. You can always double your limit and double your size. Okay. And let me make one more just to show you guys. Making a bigger one now. So this time I'm not going to use a parchment paper, I'm just going to rub it in with some flour. This is the besan flour that we used in the recipe. So it's still okay, see? Or you can even rub oil. I don't like to use too much oil, so. But if you're not comfortable with rolling without a parchment paper on top, please do use the parchment paper. You always have to do it in the vertical and horizontal motion, or you can go in circular motion like that. Okay. And there you go, it's ready. Now let's go see how we can transfer this to our tawa. Right, my pan is on medium heat. I just bumped it up to a little high heat, and I have greased my pan. That's very important to grease your pan. And there you go. You can slowly transfer it into your pan. And now I'm just going to add a little bit of oil. Let it sit for 20 seconds before we flip it. Okay, I'm flipping it in, and it is ready. As you can see, it's nice and yellow and a brown tint. I'm just going to transfer it to my plate. And I'm going to show how to do the next one. Just put it like that and then massage it so it doesn't stick to your parchment paper. And then slowly remove it also. Doing it very slowly to show you. And now, so I have an electric stove, so as you can see that it gets heated up really fast, but it takes longer to begin the heat. So if you have gas stove, so you don't have to worry about that. So I have to reduce my heat a little bit to flip. There you go. While that is cooking, I'm just going to go make some more and I'll be back. Okay, we have our last besan parathas over here. It has come so beautifully, and I love the way it is on the inside, and you know, on the outside it's like crispy, and on the inside it is just fluffy, and you can see the aloo, the potatoes especially, and all the spices and everything here. It's really tasty, and I can't wait to taste it, and my guests are all ready to grab everything. And if you like this video, you have to subscribe right now.